Captain Algren, a former Civil War hero, left the military because he was unable to stand the senselessness of war and the guilt he felt. Since then, he has lived a life of self-destruct. But Omura, a Japanese businessman and minister, was the one to offer Algren assistance. Meiji Japan was rapidly modernizing and aimed to develop into a powerful, affluent nation. The Japanese government selected Algren for this endeavor and engaged him as a military teacher. Algren traveled to Japan, mesmerized by the vast sums of money, where he encountered a group of angry samurai who were opposed to the government. They are vanquished by Algren's poorly equipped force. But the outcome is a humiliating loss. Algren took up weapons when he was surrounded by samurai and put up a heroic fight, but he was eventually caught by their captain, Katsumoto. Algren enjoys a tranquil life in a samurai village while wounded and in Katsumoto's care. When he discovers that the samurai he killed was Taka's husband, he genuinely wanders away from her and forgives her. He is gradually opening his heart to the honorable and proud way of life of the samurai. He was sincere in his repentance when he realized that the samurai he had slain was Taka's husband, and she forgave him. However, Omura, planning to disrupt the peaceful daily life of the samurai, infiltrated ninja and launched an attack on one of the village festivals. Algren, Katsumoto, and the others fought in unison and succeeded in defeating the ninjas. This triggered Algren to finally decide to become an ally of the samurais. After receiving a call from the government in the spring, Katsumoto and his team left with Algren for Tokyo. Katsumoto was obliged to put his sword away because the government had passed a law banning carrying a sword. The Meiji Emperor is asked to decide by the bewildered Katsumoto, but he is unable to and turns away. In the end, Katsumoto was put under house arrest because he was unable to put his sword away. Omura, on the other hand, approached Algren to take over as the leader of the samurai strike, but Algren was unable to do so at the time. Algren turned down the offer and made the decision to go back home. Omura, however, once more sent assassins after Omura, however, sent assassins to kill Katsumoto once more. Algren was able to flee with the aid of the locals and made it back to his village without incident. But Nobutada, Katsumoto's son, remained as a lord and perished in a bloody struggle. Now that this has occurred, the government troops will undoubtedly lost. Algren makes a firm commitment to fight all the way to the end. The conflict with the new government forces soon started. The outnumbered rebels battled valiantly and bravely, but they were losing their allies. When Algren finally dispatched the terminally wounded Katsumoto, he said, "Everything is perfect." As he gazed back at the cherry blossoms that were blooming behind him, Algren was left alone as the rebel army was routed and ultimately destroyed. However, the samurai warrior's spirit inspired the soldiers of the government army to the point where they knelt to their knees and bowed their heads. They fell on the ground and bowed their heads in homage to their valiant loss. The solitary survivor, Algren, was given a meeting with Emperor Meiji and gave him the sword Katsumoto had abandoned. The emperor was inspired by Katsumoto's manner of life and made the decision to advance the nation. Instead of going back to the United States, he went back to the community where he had discovered his spiritual home.